suck.
Being recorded on April 28th, 2020. The Council is now in session, and as with every week, we will make arbitrary decisions about topics on science, technology, and random shit with little
Random
background
shit.
and next to no expertise.
Yeah.
Huzzah.
Hopefully, negative expertise.
All CouncilCast decisions are final and have no bearing on anything whatsoever.
Have we never revisited a decision?
No, they're all final.
If they're all final, but then if we made a decision to revisit one, wouldn't that also be final?
Well, yeah.
That's
I
a
don't-
conundrum.
I don't see a problem. Then
You're
we-
right. We can just look past it. I'm sure.
We can make a decision to go back and relook at it and make a new decision.
We can only do that if in the initial decision we allow it, though.
Yeah, let's revisit this later.
We can't revisit decisions that have already been made final.
Well, you know what we definitely can't revisit is germs that we destroy with cold plasma.
Cold
That's-
And
plasma?
Lysol.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry, we're not on that right now.
not Lysol. No.
I only smoke Lysol cigarettes.
Ah, cold plasma?
Cold plasma.
What's cold plasma? Is it just like not warm
It's
plasma?
like hot ice. You
It's-
heat up the ice cubes.
Yes, it's just like hot ice. I have no
Icy
idea
hot?
what cold plasma is, except for they talk a lot about plasma in this article where they talk about it using it, though, unlike fusion or something else cool that you do with plasma, they are using it to destroy germs.
Huh.
So
So
apparently,
could you just put that in your bloodstream?
you might be able to actually inject this directly, and you'll be cured.
Oh
How
no.
about that?
I don't think we should make any sweeping statements on that at all.
No, it would kill
Although-
the germ.
I am unsure where your rank and file U.S. citizen would get a hold of cold plasma to inject. So maybe it's not really that much of a concern.
I mean, but he does have a point because a virus needs a living host.
I mean, if
And
you're
the cold plasma kills the host, therefore you kill the virus.
Oh, that's a good
So-
point.
seems to make sense.
I mean, technically,
Well-
yes.
Well, living host for up to a certain amount of time, right? Because some viruses live in a dead host for up to 48 to 72 hours. So, still contagious.
Yes. Still contagious, but eventually you do kill the virus. It's not an immediate.
So you're saying that I have to wait for the meat to age?
Yes,
then
you're
after
dry.
that-
I guess you're not dry aging. You're probably wet aging because you still got all the gunk.
Yuck.
Gross. Well, maybe you could
How-
use your.
How
Then you-
effective is this?
Apparently, it's very effective because it actually works by pulling the carbon out of the bacteria and virus cells.
Oh, it strips them of their carbon?
Yeah. So it actually totally destroys them. And the unique thing is that it works on both hard and soft surfaces. So you can use it to clean fabrics and other materials, unlike tabletops and stuff like that, that you can really only use your standard sanitizers on.
How does it not take my carbon away?
Because you don't shine it at yourself.
What about my sick ass leather phone cover?
It might dry
It's
it out.
Might try it out. So where this looks like a Michigan thing?
Yeah, some guys over at the University of Michigan have come up with it. It looks like a
Michigan,
handheld wand,
Is Michigan State jealous?
probably.
Yeah, they should be.
How about that?
So I mean, kind of a cool
So,
thing.
yeah, one of the top comments is there any way to inject this? Good God.
Seems legit.
So, what is plasma in the first place?
Well, you know.
Something that's not a liquid and not a gas. It's a different state of being. Remember the episode a couple episodes ago where we talked about scientists finding more states of matter?
Doesn't it implies a certain like charge, right? Like shit's charged.
Ions, yeah. You usually are working with creating a negative ion somewhere. So I mean, kind of cool. I guess they could use this
we
for.
need one of those states of matter graphs to show where plasma's at.
What? Here, I'll just Google what is plasma.
And where Silas is,
Was-
and whether he's a state that matters or not.
would a triple point graph show like where the plasma state is for a material?
I don't
I
know.
don't think so.
Probably not. Maybe.
I mean, why would it?
No, it doesn't look like it does. It looks like they just kind of stick to your standard solid, liquid, and vapors.
Nothing man-made. Is meth on there?
Is meth. Lightsabers are definitely plasma.
So a plasma is a gas in which atoms have been broken up into free-floating negative electrons and positive ions.
Okay,
So it's an ionized gas, basically.
gotcha.
But it's still considered a different state of matter.
Correct.
Isn't like
In a different state of mind. Like a
That's
New
also-
York state of mind.
Sure. So it's like plasma is, if you go from solid to liquid to gas, plasma's the next, apparently, by adding more heat.
Liquid. Gas.
So could you have plasma oxygen?
Sure.
thumbs up.
Why not?
So plasma cutters are just focused gas streams
that are really, really hot.
that are really, really hot.
Yeah, then really, that's kind of an understatement, I think.
Really, really hot.
So
Cool.
I like the fact that they can make this cold instead of being so hot. Thumbs up for that.
I assume doing that makes it more generally available.
I believe cold plasma refers to it's probably on the lower temperature scale of plasma instead of the high end.
You know,
Well, I mean, it's
still
it's
skin
it's
melting.
like it's like,
but
oh man,
just
we
lower.
made a warm supercomputer, which means you don't have to run it at absolute zero. You can run it at like
Yeah.
at
I don't know.
99 degrees
there was
Celsius.
there was a headline for this recently about.
Or a superconductor that doesn't have to be super
Did I say
chilled?
supercomputer? Yeah, I meant quantum. There was a thing. There was a thing recently that came out that I think they made a quantum computer run at a higher temperature. Like it was like a big deal, I think.
And now it's a hot or a warm quantum computer.
Whatever.
Yeah, there you go.
We're just talking out our ass here at the council.
Maybe they can use it to help them build a giant telescope on the far side of the moon because it's cold over there, which is
Oh.
exactly what NASA is apparently proposing. Because
Oh, they're just gonna build a massive fucking telescope in this crater?
yeah,
That'd be sweet, right?
I mean,
I think that would be fucking awesome.
there are
Yeah,
so
why
many
not?
times where I'm looking at the sky and the moon is right in the way that I
And
wish
you're
I
like,
could
man, I want to
right
see
through."
what's. I want to see what's right behind that right
I
now.
wonder what's on the other side of the moon. More space, son.
But yeah, they are talking about kind of building this thing on the moon, and it can help with kind of being able to see things a little bit better, especially ultra long wavelengths.
Yeah, wow. No, that is cool.
Well, because the bigger you make it, right?
Yeah.
A
The bigger
1
you make it, the bigger they'll
kilometer
come.
diameter dish.
Huh.
Yeah, they're saying it can. It's not currently possible to observe the universe at wavelengths of greater than 10 meters or frequencies below 30 megahertz from Earth-based stations. So this would be something that could look at some really, really low frequencies.
Then we would finally be able to find your mom.
Can you imagine what the bass drop would look like?
Oh God. This is like the best 5 gum commercial. Speaking of,
So the largest radio telescope on Earth
is it that one in Brazil?
it's in Puerto Rico.
What's that? Oh, is that the Arecibo?
That's the one in the jungle.
Yeah, Arecibo.
Oh, why did I think that was not in Puerto Rico?
I think
And
there's a good your mama joke right here.
it is
Yeah.
only, and that's 305 meters across. This proposed is a kilometer.
Yeah, it's at least 10 times as big,
Ridiculous.
right? I mean, the minimum of this is 10 times. Oh, wait, no. The crater is 3 to 5. They're saying how
Yeah.
big?
The
One?
deployable wire mesh dish is a kilometer,
Okay.
is what they're saying.
You're
So you're talking double,
yeah.
like,
Okay.
well,
yeah, I
over
see.
double.
Yeah.
Like,
3 times as much.
yeah. So it's not that crazy. I mean, it's just the fact that it's on the moon.
I think that is a job for Mr. Musk.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Just write that down. Get himself a space hitch and throw a space trailer on the back of one of those suckers that he's
In a
launching up
space
soon. And
hotel.
yeah,
Well, it can go on the Starliner.
Tokyo Hotel
Tokyo
The-
Hotel.
Put it up on Starliner. That just passed.
.com.
It's what the NO2 pressurization this week.
Oh yeah, and it didn't blow up finally.
Yeah, it didn't blow up, so they're going to go to live. They're going to put it on a heavy rocket and then do some live thrust tests.
They're gonna attach a rocket engine to it and then do some testing. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
it's gonna be pretty sweet when we launch people again.
You know, I like the idea of having something on the backside of the moon. I've always wondered what's kind of on the other side. So.
No, fucking, we know
give
what's
it a
on the other
thumbs
side.
up.
They made a movie about it. It's called Iron Sky, and it's not. That's where they went.
I have seen
The
that
wa- the-
documentary as well.
The war never ended. They just went to the dark side of the moon and prepared.
Uh,
God.
you can
Makes sense.
actually find the their base on Google Moon.
Well, I think it's right in this picture. It's underneath
Well,
where they're gonna build the
What the?
telescope.
Why did you just link to Google/Moon?
Because you can.
Oh
it's
God, they.
Earth for the moon.
Oh, I mean, kinda. They don't have it like in a sphere like Earth is now. Maybe this is just proof that the Earth is flat somehow.
Or is
The
it
moon-
really the moon is flat?
Oh my God.
In this picture, the moon's flat.
What are we looking at? Apollo 14?
It marks the Apollo missions.
Why
What is
the
this?
moon-
What are these little lunar tracks?
It's just a strip.
Why did they keep going to the same place?
They didn't, did they?
I don't because
I
it's
mean, the
actually
relative
the same
distance from all of
studio.
these landing locations fits within the size of Kansas, I think. Like, come on, guys.
Does
It's
it?
because it's the same studio that they filmed it at.
It's because it's close to the rest area. They like.
It's where they could get their hot
Within
dogs.
driving distance of the
The
Nazis.
Juno burger.
Yeah, there's an In-N-Out real close. It's not that. Everybody knows Whataburger's better.
You know, I have to say the Whataburger is something I miss. No, it's the only thing I miss from Texas.
Whataburger's dope, and I'm not even gonna sit here and say that their burgers are like the best shit ever. It's really the spicy ketchup that carried it for me when I was there. I ate there once and I was like, this shit is dope. And you can buy it too. You can buy it on their site and they'll ship you spicy ketchup. I can't believe I never have.
Wow, I didn't even know that they could sold it.
They sold it in HEB.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's so
Yeah.
good.
The
One of
week I
the
was
people, I think it was Jake that was with me. I think he thought the burger had, they went too heavy on the mustard. And I was like, no, mustard's great. This burger is awesome.
Nice.
I don't remember what their fries were like. What are Whataburger fries like?
I don't know. Better than McDonald's.
They weren't crinkly. They weren't crinkle cut, right? They were.
No, they were like
They were
they were
s-
more like shoestring.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You
They
can
were
buy a
they
bottle
weren't
of
the
it.
highlight of the visit. No, they weren't shoestring, they were like fresh cut.
I don't remember.
They were like
Whataburger
fresh cut.
fries. All I know is there's a Whataburger on the moon, and it's pretty close to all this stuff.
It's gotta be.
Okay,
You
okay,
can
okay.
buy
Here we go.
Whataburger spicy ketchup 3-pack directly from Whataburger on Amazon for $22.
Hell yes.
Nice.
Oh, they're like regular fries. Like
Yeah.
there's nothing special about them. Just it's like a regular fry.
Here's your mama joke. You ready?
Mm.
Your mama's so fat they had to build a telescope on the moon to view her from light years away.
Great.
Gee, I give that joke a thumbs down.
I was.
There we go. Is there a thing that'll let me overlay states onto the moon?
Seems
Oh,
like
here
that
we
should be
go.
a thing.
Now for a census scale, a map of the U.S. overlaid on the moon. It takes up like the entire face that you see.
So
I
the
mean, I
moon
guess
is the
I
size
could
of
know
two
that just by
United
looking
States.
up the fucking diameter or the.
But then how come when I look up at the sky, the moon is the same size as the sun?
Holy shit! I think you're onto something.
How can the moon cover the sun during an eclipse?
That's a good point.
Just saying.
Aliens.
Just
I
saying.
think we need to get
Is that
all
the
no breaks
aliens?
on this.
Yes.
Alien. I've almost got the hair for it now.
Needs to be a little curlier. Well, you know what is quite not as big as the moon is Fortnite. I mean, you guys still remember Fortnite, right?
Pass.
Never played it.
So
You never played Fortnite?
I never
Nope.
played it either.
Well, I played Save the World. I played the actual game. I've never played the
So you
Battle
did play
Royale.
it. Yeah, I played that as well for like a night, and then we were like, nah.
Well, apparently over the weekend, there was a concert. I mean, who doesn't like going to concerts inside of a virtual world? By Travis Scott.
I don't know who that is.
I'm apparently told that it's some famous person's baby daddy.
Who told you this?
My wife.
Does she know about these things? Is she in the know?
She knows who that person apparently is.
First of all, that ain't even his name.
No, it's not.
Oh,
He's
he's a rapper apparently.
He's a
I don't
rapper.
have this guy.
No, this ticked me off. I was trying to play the other day and I couldn't get out of it.
Well, I guess
Oh,
you
really?
didn't have a choice.
Yeah, I hit play and I don't know what the settings kicked me over. They're like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna go to this live event." I was like, "What the
Jesus
fuck?"
Christ, he must be pretty popular. He's at a cursory glance is worth like 20 to 40 million dollars.
Well, apparently he is popular because he had 27 million people show up to his concert in a game.
Holy cow!
That's just for the first day. He had the in-game event was going on over this weekend, and it said they had 45.8 million people
Did
attend
they
the
pay
event.
him just a ton of money to do this?
Oh, I'm
Apparently,
sure.
I was one of those people then. So stupid.
So I can't even imagine how much they paid him, but I mean, this is to me this just seems ridiculous. Like, how could you have an event where you have that many people show up?
This isn't
That's
the
just
first time
mind-boggling.
that Fortnite has had a concert in game.
No, it's not. Marshmello did one, I think, last year. Except
Oh.
I think his concert only drew about 12 million people.
I don't know who Marshmello is.
He's a DJ. He wears a big marshmallow outfit. He looks like a marshmallow.
Yeah, not sure.
So yeah, no, I threw this in here because I was like, this is just, I mean, I can't even imagine 27 million people.
I was like, well, this is a cool intro to this match. Like, I was just running around, like, shooting people and hitting people, and
they weren't dying.
I was like, oh, yeah, well, I mean, they never do in the intro, like, when you're just, like, waiting for the game, because it loads you into the map, and then you, like, run around and screw around, and then it pulls you up to the top of the map, and you have to skydive down into play, and
I do
like,
not
yeah,
oh, this is cool.
I'm in the minority on this video of him doing a thing with Kendrick Lamar has 404 million views. Like, and I had never heard of this man's name before somebody saying it just now.
According to the wiki page, he had a child with Kylie Jenner.
That's who it is.
Oh.
So he's not really worth that much. He's just stolen a
No,
bunch of
he
Kardashian
seems like he's probably worth a lot still.
No, they are not together anymore, is what, according to the wiki page.
Oh.
I mean, is this kind of the new thing to do? Do you think people enjoy going to concerts in a virtual world, or?
No. I mean, I assume not. Why would I mean, it's better than no concert, probably, right? But maybe not. I have to listen through like this super fucking shitty, like compressed, like how that's gonna play. Why would I just not put my headphones on and sit in my own little concert?
I mean, that's kind of my feeling. You don't get
Like,
nearly the same experience. That's why you go. Otherwise, I would sit at home and listen in my headphones.
I don't know, man.
I prefer that experience. Just listening through my headphones.
I feel so vindicated based off of the next topic.
Yes.
Well, maybe we'll go on to the next topic, which is Microsoft Word is apparently going to start flagging double spaces as errors.
Good.
No, this is
Yes.
bullshit.
No, this is
This
the
is
way
This
it's
is
accurate.
supposed
bullshit.
to be. No. No. The only reason you needed to double space before was because people had shitty fucking typesets. Like, it is
Yeah.
not the case anymore. Like,
It's a
just
holdover
not.
from typewriters.
Everyone that learned how to do it this way learned wrong. We're not typing on typewriters.
This is bullshit.
No, get the
Nope.
fuck out of here.
No.
It's an
Get your wife on the
age-
horn. She's the only PhD within reach. How does she feel about one space versus double?
You know, I don't think I've actually asked her that since I saw this come out. So I'd have to ask her and see what her thoughts were. But I would agree that I think that it was dumb to have two spaces after
I
the
have
period.
never done it. Like,
I-
I knew people that did it, and like it was just like a thing.
Really? Because my English teacher in high school literally went through the paper and was like, "This is not two spaces."
Oh, we were never made to do it.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things that I think, like you said, old people or our generation kind of older than us would have probably said, "Yep, that's how you had to do it," because that was what they did on typewriters, and they just forced us to do it without really any reason.
Well, 2016, there was a thing that came out that said, "Don't date yourself. Only use one space."
Yep. Seems
Like,
Yeah.
I have never seen anybody use double spaces in professional communication since I've started working.
Yeah.
And
I
in
definitely
fact,
have.
when it comes through as double spaced, there's a part of me that is just like wants to delete the email. It'll be like, Matt, here is your $50,000 bonus, and it's like, I don't want it. I want to take it back. So I couldn't read it.
Well, how about this? How about the next time that happens and there's two spaces, I'll split those spaces with you and the bonus.
I mean, obviously that's not a real thing. I just was
I don't
going
care
for
how much the
ridiculous.
bonus is. I'll split it with you.
So I'm gathering that Dave is a proponent of the two space system.
So what's the advantage, Dave, on the two spaces?
I find it easier to read. Breaking up the sentences.
That's what periods are for.
Well, they're usually for other things, but in this case, I guess.
Was that it?
Grammatical, not biological.
Is that all you had to say there?
Complete silence. That was
That's all.
perfect, guys.
That's all you have to say in defense of yourself, Dave.
It's easier to read.
Yeah, I
I
think it's
find it
all
easier
right.
to read.
distracting to read.
Well, I mean, I
All right.
can't do
It
anything
gives you.
but ban you from the server. This isn't a server call anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Well, you know, this is America, right? I
This is
mean,
America. Well, I thought this was America.
wait a minute.
I
I thought
mean,
this was America.
we'll just let the history bucks judge Dave here, and he can go right along with the mistake that was this administration. It's like
Donald Trump. Two space failures.
greatest failures of the 20 of the two of the
2020.
I can't even fucking talk. Greatest, yeah, one of the
Greatest
Well,
failure of the 20s.
yeah.
Trump and two spaces after a period.
You know what? I'm gonna wait for like the one of the open source competitors
Thank you, Logan.
to Microsoft Word. It's probably gonna come out and say like, we won't flag your double spaces as being wrong or something like that.
It's not even toggleable.
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, come on.
What?
You can take all kinds
That's
of
a
grammatical
statement.
errors and set them
Well,
to be fine.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you
I'm
could
just gonna
probably do
right-click
that.
it and say
Add to
ignore,
dictionary or
add to
something.
dictionary.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
you're
then
like,
go, fuck
back
you.
the fuck off and let me use my triple
I'm going to tab
apostrophed
twice
words.
after every.
I mean, just today I used the word shouldn't have. Fucking
That's-
triple contractions all up in this shit.
That's an actual word.
Yeah, I love triple contractions. I wonder how many you can get and have it legit.
You know what I do find though is one of the interesting things is with Word and with the Microsoft stuff. I mean, you guys have it probably you notice it too, where you don't have to capitalize I anymore. Like it does it for you.
Yes.
I'dn't have,
And
But
so
y'all'd have,
I'm
you'dn't have.
such a reactive typer that I
you
type a
start
lowercase
backpassing
I
already. Yeah.
and I see it and I go, nope, delete, and it's already corrected it. Like,
Yeah, I
and then
want
I
it to correct I for me because if I don't have to hit shift, that's one less thing I have to fucking do.
Well, so
Same-
the thing is, I like it, but if I go type anywhere else, like in Gmail, it doesn't do that. So I
Yeah,
have
it
to
does.
consciously remember to actually hit the shift for my capital I's.
have you guys used
Gotcha.
Grammarly?
Not
Do you know what
really.
that is?
I know what it is, but don't get me started.
Why don't you like Grammarly?
I don't have a personal vendetta against Grammarly. It is the just constant barrage of can we use this plugin at work and can we use this thing? And it's like, well, I mean, the permissions they want is send us your firstborn child, so no. Like
Yeah.
we can't just have you attaching whatever you want to your work account.
I mean, I use it with Outlook, and
Yeah, I mean Grammarly is legit.
it's all right. Sometimes I disagree with it vastly.
Does it do an okay job though?
I mean, it does, but there's a lot of times where it says that I'm in the passive voice when the active verb is.
Oh, it's legit
Actually.
complaining about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like passive versus active voice.
Yeah. So, but like my verb is active, but it states that the sentence is passive, and I should consider rewriting it. I'm just like, fuck off.
Is it is it
Ignore.
generally frowned upon to write?
Well,
passive?
so the layman's term is consultant speak. When you write passive, it's like
I see.
guarding yourself, constantly stepping back, making the statement that you should be doing this. We recommend that is done in this way, like so that.
I
we're
mean,
telling
depending
you,
on the scenario, you're like not in a position to be making mandates. Like I end up writing that way a lot because I
right, but it's all passive. It's
Yeah.
all passive, but you can still make active statements with passive structure and it be active, and it's not quite picking. It's not that intelligent, but it does all right. It's always funny because it's like you're 99% more productive than everybody else using Grammarly. I'm like, yeah, because I wrote 15 reports this week, all 10 pages long. Like, plenty of words to review here. It's all copy and paste from the last fucking report I wrote.
Huh.
No, it's okay.
Well, you know, I give it a thumbs up that
sorry.
Microsoft's deciding on this and forcing people to use single space.
The whole point was
next step, Visual Studio updated to mark tabs instead of spaces as a format error. Perfect, because spaces is direct away. It
No,
depends on the
Now-
language.
the Grammarly process doesn't let Word do its thing, though.
Oh, it like interferes with Microsoft Word
So
doing its
Microsoft
stuff.
Word can't correct like the I typing
Oh,
when Grammarly's running.
that's annoying.
So that's when I get confused because I have Grammarly open for like everything I'm typing, and then when it's not on, I'm like typing and I see corrections, and then Microsoft fucks with me. Like screw you. Sorry, roundabout way to say nothing.
Interesting. Well,
So
you
when
know.
is Microsoft going to force the Oxford comma?
Ah, good question.
What's that?
When is Microsoft going to force the Oxford comma?
I think it's hard for them to do that because you should be using the Oxford comma to delineate whether you are doing like if you're removing it, I assume the thing you meant is grouped. Like I maliciously do that. Because use the goddamn comma. Fucking hate when people don't use the serial comma. Of course, I love the examples people put together for them. It always makes me laugh.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, the thought process is by the context of the sentence, you should be able to figure
No,
it out. But
you shouldn't
you
leave
are
it strictly up
correct.
to context
You're correct that it shouldn't. You can read it one way or the other.
because it can be used incorrectly both
Correct.
directions.
Correct.
Like you can use it ambiguously. So you should write what you mean.
Why would I do
So
that?
If you use the comma, you cannot interpret it incorrectly.
so this is perfect. Dmitri drove with his best friend, comma, a doctor and an engineer. That would imply that his best friend is both a doctor
And an
and an engineer.
Yes.
Saying Dmitri drove with his best friend, comma, a doctor, comma, and an engineer, period. We now know that in this sentence, he drove with 3 people. You can't fucking tell that from the first. And I've seen people leave those sentences, and it has introduced ambiguity into their statements. Like, and depending on what you're writing about professionally, it could be a fucking issue.
And it has. What there was
Yep.
So,
that
write what you fucking mean.
that dairy in like New York that got screwed over because they didn't have the Oxford comma in their contract.
What?
Yeah, there's a legal
This would have brought me great joy.
decision. I believe it was with a labor contract involving a dairy farm. That got decided because of the Oxford comma. It was overtime. Pretty sure it was overtime, and they didn't use the Oxford comma, so it was ruled in the workers' favor.
Interesting.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Use your commas, punks.
So there's legal precedent to use the Oxford comma.
I do think that it would be hard for Microsoft to implement that though into Word because how
Fair
would they know when you are creating a list versus trying to group things?
They
Grammarly
could
does.
have Clippy show up and ask, "Are you
Fuck.
trying to create a
Trying to
list?"
Fuck Clippy.
So, fair enough on this comment on this article, and it just so happens to be calling out the exact sentences that I read. Sentence 2, Dmitri drove with his best friend, comma, a doctor, comma, and an engineer, period. There are 2 interpretations possible for sentence 2. Dmitri was accompanied by 2 people, his best friend who was a doctor and an engineer, or Dmitri was accompanied by 3 people, his best friend, a doctor, and an engineer.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
So what this should tell you is that if you run into ambiguity right like this, you should probably rewrite the fucking sentence.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, and I think I've talked to other people about that too, and that's kind of been the general theory. Is can you create a sentence where it is ambiguous either way? Yes. Should you write a sentence that's ambiguous that way? Probably not.
No, your goal is probably not to introduce ambiguity.
Yeah.
It might be. You could have a malicious goal.
Well, if you want to
But-
be ambiguous, you could probably write on this website that self-destructs if people stop posting on it.
That's awesome.
What?
So this website called "This Website Will Self-Destruct"
Oh, nice.
Apparently has a timer built into it where it will apparently delete itself if people stop posting to it. So
That's clever.
it's kind of like a message board.
So
Wonder how many viruses I'm going to get when I go there.
what stops me from just having a script that runs every...
Nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
So right now they're up to like 86,000 seconds or something like that before
Yeah, I
it'll
see that.
self-destruct.
86,400. Every time I refresh, it's 86,400 again. Why can't it go any higher than that? Is
Eat
that
my
the max?
Maybe it's stuck there. Mine
Is
says
86?
86. Mine's counting down.
Yeah, but I keep refreshing it, going
Oh,
back
and
to
it goes back to
86,000.
400. Huh.
double eat my shorts.
Are you
this
posting?
this is kind
Are
of
you-
like
Why not?
the button that Reddit did.
So does it add a certain amount of time for each post, or does it just keep resetting to 86,400?
It keeps resetting to 86,400 every single time
What
somebody.
is
Yes.
what is that?
86,400. That is correct. I don't know.
100 to minutes? It's 1440 minutes.
It's 1 day.
That's 1 day, yeah.
24
Okay.
hours. Yeah. So if nobody posts on it for 24 hours, it will hit 0. It doesn't just continuously add then. Okay. So somebody
Right.
just has to post one post a day, and it'll still live.
So all I have to do is start up. Okay, yeah, I could make it so this site will never go away unless I make it go away. Really easily. Like, you just fucking fire up an AWS Lambda function on a cron schedule that runs once a day that does a post.
Big hello from the council.
Where do you see the messages?
You can
6.
click the read messages button.
Oh.
Read a message. Yeah.
Dear website, today I'm 65 days sober. This started before the COVID-19 quarantine orders came down, and I had a mild bit of panic that it would be tough to be quarantined without booze. But it's actually gone okay. If you're struggling to take care of yourself, know that you're not alone. God damn, that was a good message!
Way better than Logan's message.
That was really nice. I feel kind of bad about going into this
Council
cynical
cat.
now after reading that.
Every Tuesdays.
Well, no, I'm taking straight back down. This is Russian.
Every Tuesday at 8 Central.
Oh my god, here's one. It says, I have a huge urge to
Yes.
shit Ren, but 3 gnomes have guns against my head and I'm forced to have a liver failure and puke my own shit.
Follow us.
What?
I have no idea. Interesting idea, but I'm not sure I certainly follow what's going on.
Dear website, what if you bought body wash like a jar of jelly? Then you'd have to spread it on yourself like you were a slice of toast to get clean. Imagine. Oh, that's good. That's fucking rich.
I guess if you want a good laugh, go ahead and check out, what was it called? This website
Ooh.
will self-destruct.
Yeah, that's good. Dear website, my D&D players don't know that they're going to get to create their own magical item next session.
I posted like 10 or 15 times, so this is great.
I'm sure they'll show up somewhere.
Anyway,
I'm
I haven't.
sexually attracted to Lego's new Star Wars A-Wing set.
Thumbs up for making something fun. Why not? And giving Logan something to do. I was concerned for him over there. Maybe you could write about how awesome this 90-year-old typewriter drum machine is. Which
Wait,
is
I bet it double spaces.
Fuck you, Dave. Drums and double spaces.
so apparently
It's a
there's
typewriter.
yeah, this guy, he apparently converted a typewriter into a drum machine. So he has some sort of mechanism that apparently when the hammer's heads strike the centerpiece, it plays music. I don't think
So
it
what
has...
happens when he hits double spaces?
It probably blows up. I don't think it does anything.
I don't hear any music from it.
How long did you listen for?
40 seconds so far. What am I fucking watching? Like, if you watch the video on Gizmodo, there's no sound. It's just the sound
No.
of.
Turn it up.
No, it's just
There is.
there's sound. It's just the sound of the key things.
No,
the hammers
there's-
hitting the drum.
There's more. I hear it.
In the background, there is some music going on.
What?
Yeah, he's got that little speaker there. He's trying to demonstrate it, but he doesn't obviously understand how audio works.
Yeah.
It starts at about 17 seconds. You can hear the audio.
Yeah, I hear.
It's way overpowered by the hammers hitting.
Yeah.
I'm also not 100% sure how this necessarily is working.
So each hammer has a contact on it, and when it hits the centerpiece, it completes the contact on the hammer. And
I can't hear
sends a
shit. I
signal.
need. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah. So here's the
Fucking top comment. I didn't hear shit. All I heard was mechanical manual typewriter sounds. I didn't hear the quote unquote drum.
They forgot to include the
Oh,
link to the
yeah,
edited
here
video.
we go.
Can you guys hear it coming through on my end?
Kinda.
Oh, well, that's lame. Fuck you, interface. Supposed to back
Oh,
loop on
yeah.
that, right?
Okay.
See, this is way more helpful.
Okay, so yeah, they just didn't
So
have
the-
the edited video. That makes more sense.
Right. So I mean, they're just using it as a MIDI controller, right?
Yeah, essentially. The interesting thing, though, is, I mean,
I mean, not to diminish it. It's pretty impressive.
but to Dave's point is you talk about it hitting the centerpiece, but the thing I don't understand is how does it know which key is hitting in completing the circuit? Because it's just a single ball there, it looks like.
But there's a ton of wires.
The white wires run into a control board that's on the side of it, I believe.
You think?
And those wires are what tell it.
You think that the power, like, you think there's a power coming into each of the individual strikers, and it knows which circuit it's completing then, based on
So
like
Okay.
all of those wires would be
Oh.
hooked up, and all
So
of the
the-
strikers would have
the
power.
red wire coming out of the bottom completes the power circuit, and the white wires are what sends it into the control board.
Yeah, I don't know why you need so many wires for it though.
Each head
But-
has its own signal.
Oh, because you need to be
Yeah.
able to detect more than one at once.
Right.
If
Right.
you only needed to be able to do one at once, you'd only need one return wire.
This person's like, it's not a drum machine. It's just a machine triggering a bunch of MIDI clips in a plain video.
Yes.
Ouch.
I mean, he still plays it like it's an instrument. Like, it doesn't look easy.
Yeah, I mean, it's a keyboard, right? Like,
Unless he sets it up so that it's just him typing words. Has anybody figured out what he types?
That's a good question.
all hail Satan or something.
Yeah, it's like that record in reverse. What is it? Stairway to Heaven in reverse has the yeah.
That's hilarious. No, that's. I mean, that's.
I mean,
kudos
fucking man, it's
for
creative.
wiring
Like,
Yeah.
more power to you.
I like
Kudos
it.
on-
Thumbs
job.
up.
Kudos on the wiring job.
Okay,
Thumbs
so
up.
It's a lot of soldering. Let's put it that way.
I
the
don't know if he
link
soldered anything.
Figure it out, Dave.
he turned the typewriter into one of those drum pad machines.
Yeah. essentially.
And the video I linked, he has it mapped to the actual drum pad, which I think is off screen.
Uh,
Oh,
Got it.
gotcha.
so like, it's still like an engineering challenge. Like it's not like no talent went into this. Like,
No, there's a little bit of ingenuity there for sure. I wish that the article would have used the video or had the video that actually works.
Mm-hmm.
this is essentially just throwing a new interface on like the machine he already has, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's like the people that fucking like, can I win a game of Apex while only using bananas as controllers?
Yep.
Or,
Playing
all that
Dark
shit.
Souls on a guitar.
Fucking, yeah, exactly, like Guitar Hero controller.
Huh.
Yep.
Yeah, I give him good job on coming up with it.
Dope.
Nice job.
Dope.
All right, we'll do our Elon Musk pitches for the week up next. Who's anyone got a pitch that they want to throw out there this week? Yes, Logan. Logan's Run remake number 2.
Logan's Run. He's gonna fucking.
I'd like Elon Musk to throw a big party event on Fortnite.
Elon Musk.
Push the button push of launching a rocket on Fortnite to trigger it.
There you
Animate
go.
their next SpaceX launch and put it on Fortnite as an event.
Ooh, what if it was at the same time? You did a live event of the launch and a live event in Fortnite.
Yeah, that's it. So you do a live event of the
I'd go to
launch
that.
in Fortnite, and then you have
Fortnite.
Elon Musk push a giant button to start the ignition sequence, and then you can watch the rocket go off, like streamed in Fortnite.
Yeah, all this makes a lot of sense.
I might download Fortnite for that. Epic, when you watch this, you might get another download, or you will get another download when you do this. I will actually log back into my Epic account. I will probably have to call support to get my two-factor authentication set back up, because I had some Russians steal some money from me, and then I put MFA on, and then I just forgot
Wait,
it.
you had Russians steal money from you?
Yeah, I had I had a Russian do 2 credit card charges to my account for $100 each.
To what account?
It was Epic saves my credentials without my credit card without me asking.
They shouldn't be saving it in such. Oh, they were
So
only to do charges to that, not your credit card. Wait,
No,
did they get
no,
your?
my Discover card got charged for $200 on purchases through the Epic store.
Right, not through some other store, only through Epic.
Correct.
Gotcha.
They bought like $200 worth of V-Bucks.
I was gonna say that it shouldn't be used in such a way that they're able to use that to buy from like Best Buy.
Exactly.
Like, so
Still, they bought V-Bucks, and then I submitted a ticket. They said that the ticket was opened, and that's the only communication I ever got for 2 months. And then the
Jesus.
ticket got closed, saying, "Hey, you're getting your money back. Please allow 3 to 6 weeks for the money to show up in your account."
Holy shit.
I would have done a chargeback before that, but then you run the risk of them just canceling your account.
Yep.
Wow.
It wasn't 3 to 6 weeks. It was like 1 to 3 days. And then I went in after I got the initial charge. I went in and enabled MFA, and I didn't save any of the passwords or stuff. I have no
and then
idea.
Deleted the account.
I could probably get back in, but I'd have to contact support. That is why I do not use the Epic Game Store.
Makes sense.
Because it literally took 2 months for them to close to do the account. Like, it's a chargeback in a country, in a language I don't even have registered on my account. Why were they even allowed to log in and make a charge under a Russian whatever? So, yeah.
All right. Well, there
Dicks.
you go. Bunch of dicks.
Dicks.
All
My
right.
wife just showed me a post
Was
that
it a bunch of dicks?
not the one I'm going to tell you about.
What?
Showed Pence at Mayo Clinic.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not going to wear a mask. I want to make sure to look all the workers in the eye. Here, see.
So it was a picture of a dick.
Yeah. I mean, he with white head and all.
I didn't realize that masks prevented you from seeing people's eyes. Maybe he's wearing it wrong.
I think he wears his face wrong most days.
All right, Dave, you got an actual pitch that you want to pitch him? Maybe
I'm hopping on with Logan's
fixing Fortnite.
Fortnite SpaceX collaboration.
Collaborate
Sweet.
on Fortnite. Okay. Let's see. I think that he should throw. I think he should come up with the Dark Side of the Moon telescope company.
Okay. I'll give you a thumbs up for that.
And what he can do is he can basically sell it as and then he uses it to basically project the what you see on the back side of the moon on the front side of the moon. So when you look up at the sky, you don't have to worry about the moon blocking what's behind it anymore.
How would you see the front side of the moon then?
You why would you want to see it?
Because if I'm seeing the back side of the moon, what happened to the front side? Are they covering something up on the front side? Are they mining? Are they putting nuclear missile silos on the moon and just projecting the backside to deceive us all?
It's entirely possible.
Nice.
Checkmate.
Nice.
Also, the last country to go to the backside of the moon and take pictures, China. They
Yeah.
dropped off back there. They're talking with them Nazis.
They probably are. I think we talked about that in the previous episode. It's possible. Maybe Elon Musk is in league with them.
No, can't be.
All right.
He's a true 100% pure blood American that was born in South Africa.
Makes sense. That's where all the Americans come from. Or something. I don't know. Matt, you have any pitch you want for this week?
Nope.
All right. With that, we're going to call this council meeting adjourned. We thank everybody for listening as we do record this podcast live Tuesday nights on YouTube. If you do like what you saw and you want to check out all of the past episodes, you can go to councilcast.org, search on iTunes, or check your favorite podcatcher. If you have a topic you would like the council's decision on, you can email us at councilcast@gmail.com or connect with us on Twitter @RealCouncilCast. Thanks for listening, and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.